Began with fits of coughing and allergies in a handful of people has grown into a community crisis.
More than a dozen people are now being treated for severe respiratory symptoms, some bad enough to require weeks in the hospital. Investigative reporter Mike-Perlstein has been tracking these mystery illnesses that have baffled even the doctors.
At one point I thought, I was never going to recover from it.
Severe symptoms.
I was coughing and coughing, and I couldn't get any air in my lungs.
Hitting both young and old in a small Plaquemines Parish community.
2 trips in an ambulance to the hospital, not sure if she's going to live or die.
These acute respiratory problems began striking residents of the tiny East Bank community of Dalcor around Memorial Day. Jan Morgan was one of the first to see a doctor.
I knew it was really bad and that we needed to go to the emergency room. I ended up being in the hospital for 15 days with acute respiratory failure and pneumonia.
As Morgan and her husband Dave began telling friends, they learned that some neighbors had suffered nearly identical symptoms and similar emergency trips to the hospital.
It had turned into acute respiratory distress syndrome, and then which led to bilateral pneumonia, which had me hospitalized for a week and in ICU for 3 days.
Tyson LeBlanc was a healthy 33-year-old, but now he's still trying to get back his full lung capacity even after being released from the hospital last month. Tell me about that feeling of not being able to breathe.
It's almost like you feel like you're dying, like the life's being sucked right out of you.
The people in this community are desperate to know what's causing these mysterious illnesses, and they're looking to officials for answers. Dana Denny began seeking help from officials after her 10-year-old daughter Ella ended up in the hospital.
Never been to the emergency room in my life with the kids, but I felt the need this time when she can't breathe.
Now Denny and her husband Randall have joined other Dalcor residents who have reported the problems to the Parish Health Department.
Hey, there's a lot of people with similar symptoms, and we're just trying to figure out what's causing it. We don't know the answer. We're looking for answers.
I have requested to talk to somebody from parish government and was told that no one was available for an on-camera interview. But other agencies have since been notified, including the State Health Department, Department of Environmental Quality, and Coast Guard. But still, no answer.
And so we're making efforts now to try to get in touch with the right state agencies or federal agencies, maybe to come to air quality control.
The community is pushing for air quality testing because of the industry surrounding them. Dalcor may be remote, rural, and sparsely populated, but it sits across the river from a chemical plant and a midstream bulk cargo loading site. That cargo includes iron ore, silicon, and ferromanganese. It is not known if any of these industrial factors are linked to the recent health problems, but the people here simply want to know what they are dealing with.
I'm not looking for a scapegoat. I'm just looking for an answer. Something is causing these problems.
Mike-Perlstein, Eyewitness News.
The council member representing the East Bank, John Bartholomew, said he has heard accounts from some residents, but he's hoping to get more concrete information on exactly how many people have been affected. To start that process, he said he put the issue on next week's council agenda for discussion.